everyone, welcome to the next video in this series of 9 from Rita Berman's Europa book using Polychromos pencils. We have this little square to do today. Now this is a set of houses. If we come in you'll be able to see a little more clearly, and they are, there's quite a few. Now I have had a look at the towns in Lisbon, and quite a few of the photos show really colourful houses, so that's how I thought I would do these. I thought it would be rather nice. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, maybe not. I'm going to start with the Pompeiian red and do this house. I'm just going to get going really. Now when I colour houses, I tend not to worry too much about too much in the way of shading. It can be quite tricky to know exactly where to put it, the shadows and things. Now I'm sort of thinking with this one, you know, I have a bit underneath the roof line there and underneath the windowsills and underneath this bit here. But we could put that in at the end if I remember, but quite often they look rather nice without worrying too much about that sort of thing. So you know, you don't have to worry too much. I think I'm going to do the door frames, window frames all in the same colour, and then I think that bit there is our water, and then use a different colour to just put in some shadows. That's what I'm going to do. So I am going to do some shadows, I just can contradict myself, so ignore what I said before and we'll do some in a minute. I'll probably do them all at the same time, so we'll colour in each house and then go through at the end with the shadows. I think it'll be a little bit easier that way. So we'll just colour it in like that. And I'm looking at this little loft room and thinking this bit and this bit I would also do in the house colour like that. Let me just have a quick fiddle and look. I think that's fine. Next I'm going to do a greenhouse, not a greenhouse, a green coloured house. I'm just looking at my pencils trying to decide. I think I quite fancy this colour. This is our May green. I rather like it, so I thought I would choose it, and I'm going to just go back here. I can try and keep it random. It's really hard to make something random. I tend to plan random rather than make things random. Probably not the best idea, but oh, I don't know, who knows. I'm going to argue with myself. Do you want to join in? No, I wouldn't. This one I quite fancy, sort of cream colour. We do have a cream in our Polychromos, so I'm going to use a cream. I know I said they're all brightly coloured, but not everyone would be, so I just thought a cream would break it up a little bit, give us a little bit of a different colour. I also have to decide on the windows, you know, is it night or day? Are we going to have light behind the windows, you know, as if the lights are on, or are we going to, is it going to be a little bit more daytime with grey glassy windows? I'm using this burnt ochre next. I wanted a slightly orangey house, but I didn't want it orange, so I thought this might just work. Slightly more toned down colour, if that makes sense, so it's not, you know, really bright. Having looked at the houses, I felt like they weren't like brights, you know, they were just nice, slightly muted mix of colourful. That's what I saw when I looked anyway. I'm going to go for pink next though, but if I use this light magenta, this is more of a sort of dusky pink rather than a sort of fuchsia or anything too bright. I think it might work. I don't know if they have pink. Actually, I don't remember seeing any, but it doesn't really matter. Blue. Let's go for a sort of, again, slightly muted blue. I'm thinking the light ultramarine, the sort of grey blue. We used a We used the sky blue over there, didn't we? Similar colour here. And you can see it's quite quick to get them done, because I'm not, they're quite small I suppose, but I'm not doing too much with them, because partly because they're small, and I will be coming back to do what's going on here, there, what's that, and this. Does this house continue down? That's steps, isn't it, there? Maybe this blue house comes to there. Maybe. Not entirely sure. But I'm doing it like that. I don't know. You might decide to do it slightly differently. I quite like a muted red. We've got a red here actually, haven't we? What else? We haven't got a violet yet. I think I'm going to go for a different green first. This is the grass green. So I think if I go blue, violet, pink, it's all a bit too samey, so I'm going to pop something a little bit different in here. Just so that it breaks it up a bit, makes it look a little bit more random. You might not like random. I've just realised I've missed a bit on the blue house. To do that gap there between the washing and the line. There we go. There. Now I'm going to do a violet. I think I just do the violet. It's quite light. This one. I'm going to have to sharpen it though. There we go. And do this one up the back here. This colour. I am thinking maybe a yellowy orange, maybe more of a, oh, pencils are rolling all over the place. Yeah, this one isn't too bright, I don't think. The cadmium orange, it's not as bright as the orange glaze, it looks absolutely fluorescent when I look at it in my camera. I'm going to use it quite lightly so that it doesn't look fluorescent. I think that's okay. Like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We've got this big one in the front. I think this is a whole house. So what should we use? What haven't we used? We've not got browns. Brown's a bit boring, isn't it? And we've got a sort of, actually we've got a brown here. We've got two greens. I'm not going to use another blue because we've got our sky. I'm actually going to use a blue in the sky. We could use a pinky purple, couldn't we? This one. This is the light red violet. I think we used that. I don't know if you can see it. It's really tricky to see. It's quite near that, but never mind. It looks more random if you've got a couple near each other that are similar. I just didn't want that happening too often, so I've got that bit there on the side. I'm going to do this bit here. I don't really know how to do the door, so I've just left them all. I'm tempted to do them all in a sort of the window colour, as if they're open and we can just see the windows. Now here it's quite tricky to work out what's going on, but I think we sort of end there. The side of a building there, look. I'm just going to do with my Pompeiian red. I feel that that isn't roofed, it's building. I might be wrong, but it doesn't matter really, does it? So next, I'm going to do the roofs next. And I'm going to do them all in grey, just so that it brings it all together and it's quite straightforward. I'm going to use the warm grey 4. Let me just sharpen it and then I'll just show you it. Here we are, warm grey 4. And I'm just going to go through all of them, filling it in. Now, it can be quite good to fade it as you go up. I think they would be lighter on the top, if you can. Just do the best you can. See how you get on. No, we haven't done the washing, have we? What are you going to do with that? I wonder. I was just thinking, I am so looking forward to the summer holidays. My son, I'm just hearing my son, I'm going upstairs and I'm thinking, you know, I don't know if he's doing his work. I'm trying to leave him to do it on his own and not nag him too much, but it's really hard. He's got one piece done, which is really good, and he can get extensions and things, and I think he's going to do it. But it's just nice to think that it was done. Do you know what I mean? And you know, in the summer, they'll have some time off. Obviously, they're both going to need it. Been working hard. And I'm going to do the sky next before I do the windows and the shading and things. I'm going to use the light cobalt turquoise because it's a very different shade of blue to what I've used for this house, and I think it can make quite a nice sky colour. I'm just going to block it in. Yes, I have a few weeks off and I can work hard and get ahead with what I'm doing, which will be lovely. And then and the husband will be working less days a week by then. I'm going to have to be organised. I mean, he's got some projects he wants to do that I might help him with, but he can get on with a lot on his own. Windows, I am going to use this colour, I've decided. I feel a yellow is more inviting. I'm going to use the light cadmium yellow. It's not too dark, so, and I'm going to use it quite lightly, so it just looks like a welcoming light without it being too bright as if it's night time. And hopefully it'll work. Yeah, so he's got a few projects. He's already opened his coffee shop, of course, and he's selling some of his artwork. He's already sold a bit, which is lovely. He's so excited about that. And he's got some free wallpapers in there now, and some people have downloaded them, so again, very excited. He said, you know, it's always been on his bucket list to sell some art, and now he has. But he needs to sort of work on putting more on his social media pages and things. He's got other projects he wants to do as well. Now, I need to do the shading on the houses before I forget. So I'm going to grab, I want my dark sepia. Oh, sorry, my pencils are jumping around in the tray. So here we go. Sorry, that's the warm grey. Hang on, I picked the wrong one. I definitely want the dark sepia. There we go. So here it is, dark sepia. And we're going to go under the roof here, just putting a little bit of shadow. And then under each window. And the same on this one. Nothing too tricky. You don't even have to do it if you don't want to. Now I think between these two houses I might put a shadow there. Just make it look like this one's set back a bit, because I just think it is. Put a shadow around here too. And where we've got these little dots, look, we can just put a bit over. And some shadow around here. And it helps to start to give a more three-dimensional look to our pictures. The houses don't look like they're all on top of each other. They're actually in front / behind each other, under the windowsill, and then under this long lip, and all the way around this one sort of frame. Yeah, his idea of selling his art really isn't for him about making money. And obviously it's always nice, but for him it's just about the whole thing that someone wants it, you know. But you know, money's always nice, especially with him cutting his hours. But the important thing is that he will hopefully feel the mental health benefits. He's been really struggling, but actually since he's been on his new meds, and even just since his diagnosis, he's been a lot better. But the meds have made even more difference, so that's good. He's sort of calmer, which is fantastic for all of us, really. But you know, I used to worry about his health, because I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going around the edge of each one, putting some shadow under the roof here. Yeah, I was worried because he would get so shouty and angry that would be putting up his blood pressure and just not be good for him, you know. But now it's not doing it anymore. Yeah, of course it wasn't nice for us as well, but I worry more for him and the children. But they were used to it. There we go. Now we have these steps, paths, I'm not too sure. So we're going to do those next. I'm thinking a grey, brown, no, definitely a grey. Let's go with the cold grey 5, warm grey 5, sorry for those who've reached for your cold grey, warm grey 5. And I'm just going to block it in for now, lightly, don't press too hard. I'm going to colour over those little circles, we'll go over those at the end, the pen. And I'm going to just make a darker bit here and here. Maybe it is steps, maybe we should be emphasising these. Like that. We'll do the same on this one, so we'll block it in gently. Like that. Put a darker bit each side. And a bit underneath each line. Now I think this might be water. So I'm going to grab my cobalt green, I don't know if you can see, and just colour that in. I'm just going to block it in. We'll use some pens to add some details to that. So I'm not worried about the fact that it's got dots and lines and things going on. Well, as I say, we'll use a pen to do that. We've got to decide on what colour to do this washing that's hanging up. It's quite cute, isn't it? Washing. Now I'm not going to colour in the clouds. I know we did on the first picture. I'm going to do them differently on this one. Ow, it's my finger. I think maybe we'll do the washing in really dark colours to make it sort of stand out a little bit. So I'm going to grab a dark blue. This is the helioblue reddish. I'm going to do this first one here, this. There we go, and then a bright, sort of dark red, I guess. The middle cadmium red. For the next item was trousers. Oh well. Trousers used to be very fashionable for men, didn't they? I don't think they still are. I'm going to use an orangey colour, dark cadmium orange, with this cloth, tea towel, whatever it might be. And then the last one, I think I'll do in a really dark green. I think I use the chrome oxide green fiery. Gosh, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Okay, so there's our washing. Now, I'm going to do the clouds next. We're going to use the silver, the 553 Sakura metallic, and we're going to go around all the black lines on the clouds, but in silver. So it's going to take a little bit of time and patience to just dot and line around. So I find it very relaxing, just doing this around and around, little lines. I used to find it quite scary because effectively I'm drawing, but I am just tracing it over, so it's not too bad. If I had to draw it, I would be petrified. That's why I don't draw. It doesn't, makes me worried. Don't want to be worrying. The whole point of this is to relax. And around. My stomach's going to rumble, I can feel it. Could do another drink, really. There we go. Oops. Now I was wondering whether to dot some silver in the sky where these dots are. I think I might just put a few dots here. There we go. Now I'm going to put a bit of gold. I decided to put a bit of gold and silver on every picture just because it's fun. This is 551, our gold. I'm going to put it around the windows. Every window. Do I have to do this? And then when there's dots on the house, doesn't want to write. I don't want to write all of a sudden. There we go. Come on, pen. I hope it's not running out. I do have another gold pen, but it's a very different shade of gold. This thing with gold, silver, you can pretty much, everything's the same. Gold, definitely not. I'm just trying to decide what to do about this door. I think I'll go around there. I think with this window I'll go around there. This one, the pen didn't work, did it? Oops. I'll just put some dots in there. They're quite small, some of them, so my pen is almost covering the whole of the yellow bit, but I don't mind. The ones that are black, I'm going to leave black. You could go over them with the gold if you want. I might change my mind and make them gold. Sorry if my finger's in the way. Got to hold the paper down. It's probably making it blurry. So dots around here, around the edge of the door. Yeah, I am going to fill in the black ones. There we go. And now we have the water, which I'm going to do with the white. Let's put you back straight again. There we go. So this is my Gellyroll 8, and I'm going to do the dots. And then just go over these black lines with white. Sorry, concentrating again, not talking. So over this one first and then do this little section. You can leave some of the black dots there. It's quite difficult to cover all of it anyway. And it's okay to leave some there. Some white and some black. Can work quite effectively. Around the edge of there. And then just keep through. My stomach is growling. It's quite quiet though, luckily. You wouldn't know, except I've just told you. There we go. And I am done. It's only 20 to 11. A bit early for snacking or lunch. So there are our colourful houses. I think that looks rather cute. Rita's drawn it brilliantly, so that's rather nice. So yes, thank you for watching today. Come back for another one. As I said before, I've decided that these are going to be afternoon videos, so therefore they will be broken up a little bit. There might be other things, so it might not be a continuous series. It will be as much as I can, but I might have other things that I have to insert in, like the planner pages and other such things. But you know, we'll see how it goes. But I will film it all, and there won't be months in between. There's some dirt here on the page. You can't see at the bottom. I might be able to get it off. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you have. Oh, hang on, I didn't show you the gold. There you go. There. Gold, silver clouds. Hope you have a super day and happy colouring.